we are on the site of the castle.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
That's what you do. You buy these players that cost money and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on with a smile on his face.
You just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative. You dare dictate me the same old, every single day, without excuse. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Stallone.
Good evening, everyone. Again, it's I don't know what it's like out. We haven't been out. Our George Scott came over to see me today. What a gentleman he is. He's a lovely man. He just came over, asked how I was, you know, because I fell, didn't I, in the bloody bedroom, banged my elbow. It's killing me, still killing me. Can't do anything about it. And so, you know, it was nice. And we had a chat about last night's game. And, you know, he was delighted with the win, especially with the young kids, you know, the way they were playing. And so it was really good. We had a really good chat. And I was made up with that, you know, because he knows to score, George. He knows to score. Anyway, it's the weekend now. I think it's, you know, people think that, and I believe them as well, I go along with them, that this is more important, this game against Spurs. I don't know what you think, whether it's more important than the one last night, to be honest. Because more and more Liverpool supporters all around, they want Liverpool to win this title. I'd love us to win it. I really would. And the 2 top priorities, obviously, is the league and the Champions League. And we can't get any better than we're, you know, the position that we're in today, which is on top of both of them. Proving that Liverpool at the moment is the best in Europe, without a shadow of a doubt. Because leagues, as we've always said, leagues do not tell a lie. So that's it, you know, basically. Don't know what you think. What's your priority? But I think the majority, you know, 99.9% will think that the league is priority this season, rather than any other domestic club, their cup. Sorry about this. Oh. So what do you think? What do you think out there? Can you comment? I don't know. I haven't seen any. I hope everything's worked to show me. I hope you to read them out if I don't see any, if you know what I mean. And what do you think? What do you think the team will be? Do you think he'll keep any players that played last night? I know Trent is set to play, and Joe Gomez. They're set if Konaté's still out, isn't he? There's no chance of him coming back. So I think the likes of Trent and the other fella, Joe Gomez, will be playing. I don't know. You know, you can see that the way we played last night, the first half was absolutely brilliant. We were great. And don't forget, we had as well 8 players out from the first team. 8 of them. So we was playing more or less a reserve side against Southampton, at Southampton. And that's why you've got to look at that particular win like a special win. Everybody else had. I know that you're all watching the Man U game now. That's why you commented. You'll be all watching that, you know, the Man U and Spurs game. I just hope Spurs play a full strength side, and that would give us the advantage. That's just in my opinion. It would give us the advantage. I didn't think anyone was here, Edward. I'm here, Frank. Thanks, Edward. IBR, even in Franco, even in IBR. Yeah, it's just one of those mad things, isn't it? You know, that the games are coming thick and fast. Thick and fast. And there's an old adage, isn't there, along with football, saying that whoever's on top of the league at Christmas goes on to win it. I just hope we beat Spurs, that's all. And when you look at the fixtures about Chelsea and Liverpool, Liverpool's got a much harder running, you know, over the Christmas coming into the new year, you know, the next few games rather than Chelsea. I don't know what you think. And yeah, as I said before, I think most of our first teamers will be back in that side at the weekend against Spurs. This coming weekend against Spurs. And Paul says, Paul Baker, I know Paul well. Good evening, Frank, hope you're well. Can I ask you this? Why are some LFC fans saying they would let Trent go before Virgil and Mo? FSG have made enough money to keep all 3. We've been saying that all along, Paul, honestly. We've been saying that they've made a hell of a lot. We're one of the richest clubs in the world today. One of the richest clubs. And yet we can't keep all 3. Especially Trent, who's a homegrown player, who's been at Anfield playing football when he was a little child. And that's what I mean, a little chap, the age of 6, a little kid running around kicking the ball. And why can't we keep him? And not only keep the 3 of them and give them top whack, which they deserve, by the way, which they deserve. Why can't we? And go up and buy additions as well, because we can afford it. But these are Americans. They are businessmen. They are Wall Street fellas. Wall Street. I've always called Wall Street, and over here as well, Canary Wharf and places like that. You know, money pirates. They want to keep whatever they've got, you know, and then invest in something else rather than what they've made money at. But keep that and then invest and make more money. That's what they like. This is what the owners here are like. These American owners. And yet we can't afford anything and anyone, but we've jumped to it because they're saying, well, why should we? We've got this money. If they want to buy a player, a certain player, let them sell. And that's why we've become, under the FSG, a sell-to-buy club. But they spin when they sell players. They spin everything. That's what they do. That's their philosophy. That's their ideology. You've got the likes of, I don't want to go into depth about these people, I just don't like talking about them, to be honest. But you've got the likes of Boston Red Sox, who they own as well. Their supporters just do not like them at all. They don't like them. They don't like them for the same reasons. Yet they pay millions for baseball players, and I'm talking like millions, in the hundreds of, like 250 million a few years ago for one player. Now it's gone up to Francine was telling me, and I couldn't believe it, like 700 million. 700. I said, like it. She said, yes, Dad, 700 million. You see? And yeah, we can't afford anything. As IBR says, we can't let Chelsea pass us before Xmas. Yes, totally agree. This is why this is more important than ever, this particular game at the weekend. If we beat, excuse me, if we beat Spurs, if we beat them, on the top of the league, then we play, don't we? Is it Leicester at home? I think it'll put us on a firm standing. I really do. But we've got to beat Spurs. We have to beat them. No problem. And you're right there, IBR. We can't afford to let Chelsea get over us. And the league, the league's our bread and butter, says Paul. Yeah, absolutely, Paul. And that's what, do you ever remember Shankly said it? Shankly said that. This is our bread and butter, this. When we won the league and he had it next to him. He said, this is our bread and butter. This is what we go after every year. So you see, we carry the ideology from Shankly and Paisley right up to today. Klopp said it, didn't he? Klopp said it. And I think Sloot will say it as well. I haven't heard him say it, but that's the ideology, that's the philosophy of Liverpool. You're domestic. One domestic. Used to be the FA Cup. It used to be the FA Cup. But Man United, if you remember, when you go back, when they decided not to play in the FA Cup, but they'd rather go and play in that World Cup thing in Japan. And that undermined the FA Cup then. And it hasn't been the same since. And the FA is trying to make money out of everything, with the FA Cup by having the semi-finals played at Wembley. You think about that. Say Liverpool got Spurs or Arsenal or whatever, and they played at Wembley, semi-final. I'm not saying about this League Cup, Caribou Cup. I'm talking about the FA Cup. Well, it's on the doorstep, isn't it? It's on their doorstep, any London club's doorstep. And we, as fans, have to travel down there. Where they, as their fans, just get the tube and they're there. So there's something wrong, isn't it? I've been to loads of semi-finals, especially Villa Park. We used to play our semis down there, didn't we? In Villa Park, at Villa Park. Been there a few times. Villa Park playing the FA Cup semi-final. The first one was first one I seen was at Villa Park was Liverpool-Chelsea when we beat them 2-0. The year we won the cup. Peter Thompson scored a blinder from outside the area. Just there to beat players, bang, goal. Willie Stevenson. Everyone, we got a penalty. Everyone was looking around saying, well, he's going to take it. Willie Stevenson just picked the ball up and never taken a penalty, I don't think, for Liverpool. And took it, scored, and I don't think he took another one ever since. That was Willie Stevo. So, yeah, it's all wrong what the FA are doing, making money. Same as UEFA and FIFA. They're making money out of football. Look at these competitions, stupid competitions that they're holding. Breaking up. Actually breaking up seasons. We're all moan at another international game. You play, then you international break, then you play again, another international break, one after the other. That's wrong, that. That's just to make money. So, yeah, you're right there, Paul. It is our bread and butter, the league. IBR says the Great Reset will usher in, shareholders to capitalism, of course. And it ends private ownership of property. So will football clubs be exempt? And will we be restricted to how many football games we can attend? Absolutely. How many football games can you attend, IBR? No. And this is just tickets. It's shocking. An ordinary Liverpool fan like myself can't get a ticket unless you pay an extra, extortionate, isn't it? It's extortionate prices to go into a corporate thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's extortionate. Last season, when I said to Francine, I think it was against Crystal Palace, and we got beat as well. And she got back to me. I said, get 3 tickets, one for me, you, and Sophia, my granddaughter. And she said, okay. She got back to me and said it's going to cost £1,020. I went, what? She said, Dad, that's for one. So it would have cost me £3,060 for 3 tickets. Think about that. £3,060 to go and watch a game of football. That's us. That's just my immediate family. My immediate family. But you can get tickets, obviously, a lot cheaper, miles cheaper. If you're in this fan club thing, that Francine's in them, and she phones up once. She said, "You're in it." I think it was 20,003 or something like that. Online. So it's just ridiculous. It's not like it used to be. Yeah. And Edward says the new Whale Club Cup is bad. It will burn players out. And if you reach the final, there's only a month gap in the league until the league starts. Yeah. Yeah. So do you think that, you know, the week after next is January? And I still say it, that we really, no matter how well these lads played, these kids last night, we've got to have players in. Players at the level that we're playing at now. You know, we've got to replenish this side. We have to, with fresh legs and energy. That's why I've always said we needed 3 players. I've always said it. We'd be lucky to get 1, but we need at least 3, 2 or Dewey. And where's the positions? I'd say centre back. This is why I'd love to get this in Cappy. I think he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He can play left back and he can play left-sided centre back. Wouldn't that be ideal? Now, top class player. Top class player. And a number 6. Whether it's this Zubimendi or not, I don't know. But he's got to be top quality. I know people are going to say, well, what about Enzo? He played well last night. He had to rest Gravenberch. He had to. He had to rest Gravenberch because he's getting burnt out, that lad. And it was just it was ideal, to be honest, that the game against Everton was postponed. It gave him a rest. It was ideal last night that he was rested again against Southampton. And Enzo played well. But really, he's not in his thoughts. And if you would have had like a private conversation with him, saying, would you like another number 6? I'm certainly to say yeah. Yeah. Other people say, you know, there are lads out there who say that we need a striker as well. A striker. See, if we got another number 6, I think Gravenberch can play different roles rather than this number 6, you know. I really do. And if we brought in a top quality number 6, he could play the same. So he could rotate. We can rotate in midfield. But do we need a playmaker? Do we need a forward or one of these midfielders like a Coutinho type player, playmaker? Absolutely brilliant, Coutinho. You can't deny that. You can't deny that Coutinho wasn't a top class player. He was incredible. If he got the ball outside the area, he could beat a man, he could just put it through, cross it over, but he could hit them as well. And Scott, you've only got to look at him on YouTube, what he's done for Liverpool. Incredible player. And he seems to have been forgotten. And yet he was sold, as I said before, sell to buy. That's how we got Virgil and Alisson. But just imagine if we would have kept him. If we would have kept him. And the owner said, yeah, well, there's the money, what these people want for Virgil and for Alisson. Just imagine that. And, I know some people would say, but he wanted to go. Yeah, sure, he wanted to go. So you believe that, then you'll believe anything. he ruins his career. He's more or less said it. He's more or less said it. What did he say when he was leaving Barca? I didn't know he went to Bayern, you know. He went to Bayern Munich on loan. I'm sorry about this. My bloody nose. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm going to have a little slurp of my drink. Not tea this thing. I'm going to show you something in a minute. Jason Pillington designed it. It's brilliant, honestly. It's brilliant. Just read these out and I'll get back. I'll just go and get it. I forgot to bring it in. IBR says, I think the winter break is a big plus for our small squad. I'm glad you said small because people, I was listening to, what's his name? David Lynch, and he's saying that we've got a big squad. Just bit me tongue. He said that we've got a big squad. I said, anyone can have a big squad, but you know, loads of kids at the academy, 10 years of age. Yeah, no, we're good there. See, we've got a small squad of great players. That's what it is. But we can expand that into better players as well. You know, more quality players brought in. As I said, you know, some people are saying, the lads are saying 3 players at least brought in. Mary Stan. Talking of playmakers, I would not start Trent with defensive responsibilities, but play him in a free role when Connor is with it. Do you know what? I was talking to somebody today, to be honest, and that's exactly what they said. That's exactly what they said, in a free role. And he can do it as well. That's a good point. So you're not the only one who thinks that as well. And no one would argue about that, you know. No one would say, I'm not saying to you, Mary, but no one would say, I wouldn't want him playing it free. No, put him back, you know, he's a great defender and whatever. But I wouldn't like to see young Bradley. I think young Bradley is a brilliant defender. I really do. I think he's a brilliant defender, great right back. He's actually proved everything what the academy is. But not every player at the academy is going to make it. Like young Bradley. Like Trent. See, as I said, I'm not boring you by saying I go back to when the likes of Jerry Byrne and Chris Lawler, Ian Carlyle and Tommy Smith, they were all Liverpool-born players. They went through the ranks. Everyone became an international. Those players, unbelievable. We've always had the Scouser in the side, always. Then you go straight up to Steven Gerrard. Who better than him? Who better than Steven Gerrard in midfield? Sammy Lee was a great midfielder as well, you know. Sammy Lee, little Sammy. And, you know, you might as well say Stevie Highway as well. And Little Bamber, remember? Brian Hall. Big Bamber and Little Bamber. Great players. All local lads. All local. Wahaz Ahmed. Ahmed. Hello, Frank. how are you currently watching your live stream from Manchester Children? Oh, hospital sadly not well and has admitted. Oh, it's horrible this time of year. But any time of year, I'm not just saying this year. For these kids. That's what happened the week before last when my little granddaughter fractured her wrist. Francine phoned me, she said, guess where I am? I said, where? And she said, Alderey. Oh, that was for my granddaughter. And it's horrible. You've got that sinking feeling. But they will be looked after. She will be looked after. He will, I'm sorry, your little lad will be looked after. That's one good thing about Alderey. Our kids' hospitals, brilliant. They're brilliant. Alderey is absolutely amazing, Alderey. Daryl, hey Frank, hey Daryl. And he goes on to say, hope your boy is okay, Wakas. Alone before Xmas, mate. You never walk alone. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely coming from Dad? Ahmed says, wishing your granddaughter a speedy recovery. Hopefully things get better. And thank you so much for your wonderful support and kindness. When you have children and when you have grandchildren, your children are your kids, you embrace them, like I embraced Francie. Then when she had me grands, I've got 2 other grandsons, by the way, Francie. And but when you have a little granddaughter, you still take the same as you did with your daughter, if you know what I mean. You cherish them. I think you cherish them more, to be honest. And it's great when she comes and says, hello, Granddad. Hello. She came after school and and I sent her home in a cab. So I had to be very careful. Sending her home in a cab. And I phoned up the place. I said, listen, make sure that it's a Scouser. Because I needed to, and gave the address. She said, okay. I said, because, it could be like a lad, who's trying to make a living, who's a foreigner and won't know the district or whatever. I said, just please. I said, this is my little granddaughter. And he said, no problem. And a Scouser came. And I said, do you know this address? He said, yeah. You still live down there? I went, that'll do me. I said, get her home safe. He went, don't worry. And he did right up. Right up. I paid him before he went, So it's nice. Listen, I'm just going to get this thing. It won't be a minute, honestly. And I'll hobble together. And I'll show you what Jason said. So it's brilliant, look at this. This is Jason's design, and I didn't know he designed this little logo thing. And he got me a mug made. Huh? Got that made for me. Isn't that brilliant? Our own Jason. He doesn't like football. Got that done. Isn't that brilliant? Little mug for Frank. He's up with that. Absolutely made up. And that's his own style. That's his own design. I didn't know. I always thought that it was, but no, it was Jason's design. You know, I'm talking about the Liverbirds. Absolutely brilliant. Clever. Clever. And when I was looking last night, post-match, you know, for me, I got these girls, lovely girls, you know, to clean up and that. I hired them. Smashing girls. Typical Scousers, you know. And they put me thing away. My programme, you know, that I'm giving out as a prize for the Champions League. I went, I don't know where it is. I can't find it. And she phoned me today. She said, Frank, I'll tell you exactly where it is to keep it safe and down. And she told me, she put it in a folder for me, because I've got folders as well beside loads of books, you know, because I'm a great literature book. And she said, there it is. And there it is, boys. That's what you can win. Mo Salah's autograph. Champions League programme. Champions League programme with Mo's autograph. Now, you know, people say, well, why are you doing that? I said, because the people on the pod are brilliant. They're lovely people. I want to give something back to them. I want to give something back to them. I said, because they're decent people. And I showed George, you know, when he came to see me today, I showed him this. And he said, I'm damn impressed with that. And that's the watch you can win. That's the watch you can win. I don't know whether it's upside down or what. But anyway, that's the watch you can win. Perpetual motion. It is expensive, by the way. It's not like it. And he says, isn't this heavy? I said, yeah. It's a heavy watch. And, you know, like the strap, you don't need to buy a new strap because the strap is adjustable to fit any wrist, whether it's a thin wrist or whether it's a, you know, big chunky wrist. So there's no need to do that. No need to buy batteries because it's a wind up, you know, wind it up. Let's see what you've been saying. The Waka says, hey Darryl, thank you for your wonderful support and kindness. I hope so too, fingers crossed. Because he was asking about his little lad in Alderley. And he replies, Wackus, I feel you, mate. My son Austin had life-saving heart surgery at 5 days old and nearly lost him. So I get it. I get it, mate. Fantastic. The king. The king. Hi, Frank. We're not doing anything in the last window. I think we are desperate for a new left back and 6. Thank you. That's what I've said before, King. That's what I said before when the show started. I really did. In this window. We also need a new striker to replace Nunes and a centre-back to replace Quansah, who I don't rate. Do you know what? I think I think Quansah's confidence has been shot to smithereens. I really do. And it was again the first 45 minutes against Ipswich on the opening day of the season. When I keep mentioning Shankly. It's only because I've been watching Liverpool for that long. Excuse me. You know, going right back to the Shankly days, right up to Klopp. And I've never, ever, ever seen a player be taken off. Once I seen it, and it was in a Champions League game under the Northern Irishman, who I won't mention his name, when he was in charge of us, against Basel at Anfield. Never forget it. When we went out to Basel under this Northern Irishman. And he took Ricky Lambert off, a centre forward at half time. He never came. The people who were surrounded by, watching the game, I said, "What? Why has he done this? Come on forward. Come on centre forward. We need to win this game." That's the only time until Sloot took young Quansah off and said it publicly why he took him off instead of saying no. Instead of just keeping stum about it. He didn't. And that's the criticism I've got against Sloot and that. Whether you agree or disagree, it's entirely up to you. So, like saying about the Quansah thing, remember Gerald Quansah last season was unbelievable. He was incredible, big lad. But his confidence has been shot. And he never picked him after that. Just didn't pick him. Anything like that, would shatter your confidence. Anything. Try and put yourself in any position or situation in whatever you did professionally that would shatter you. I used to teach about or lecture about the Romans, whether it was in Roman Britain or whether it was the Roman Empire. And I was good talking about certain emperors and what they would do. Good emperors, brilliant emperors, bad emperors, lunatic of emperors. And what it meant to the Roman people itself and the army, the military. Now, if anyone turned around to me and came up to me and went, "Listen, we've got a better fella there, than you, so," and he'd take over my class, that'd shatter me. That would shatter me. So it's any profession. Thank God it never happens, to me, but it's the way it is. It's the way it is. As I said, any profession. Any profession. So you're right, King. I totally agree with you. I really agree. On everything. Need to trademark a Franco limited pick. Says IBR, and that's that. Not brilliant though. Do you know that you think it's a black and white bird there? It's actually a very light green, cracking colour. A very light green. So we got a red bird, and a very light green. You see. Oh, you never got the colour then. But anyway, that's his design. He came to see me and he went here. Oh, thanks. And I remember when we had the studio and he brought in some biscuits and they were like toffee top ones. And we had like a little break. And I had one of the, I said, oh, they're lovely then. Sammy comes down to see me, brings me a packet. It's like Tony LF's. I mentioned mince pies, which I do like mince pies, by the way. I really do. And he brought me some, last Christmas. And like last month, he said he had there for Christmas a big tray. Brilliant. Weatherby Pond. If Trent can't play right back, let him go, because no way is he a midfielder, despite his wonderful passes. See, you get the different opinions, and not many people will argue with that either. But not many people would argue with what the King said either. But that's all opinions, and I think it's great, to have different opinions about our team and our players and what we need, even the owners. Telling the owners, listen, why can't we buy anybody? We need them. We need them to sustain the momentum going forward. I'm just scared of injuries. Look at Connaughton. Out with a freaky accident. Freaky. Seconds to go. Seconds. Out, bang, gone. Against Real Madrid. And that seems like a yonks ago, doesn't it? When we played Real. Darryl says, Frank, my team Sunday is Alisson, Trent, Virgil, Gomez, Tsimikas, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Salah, Jota, Diaz. Yes. I'd go along with that, actually. You've got to play Gomez next to Veg. You have to. And what I'm not saying controversial by any good imagination, but what they be saying about Tsimikas over Robbo. That's what they'd say. People don't like Tsimikas. I think he's all right, I think he gives 110%. Well, that's what we need from every player, to be honest. Ahmed says, sorry about that, Darryl. Honestly, my best wishes are all there for you. Stay strong. It's tough for you. That's nice. Coming from Ahmed there too. Darryl. With the Weatherby Pond. I love that picture of Alistair Sim there, Mr. Pond. Mr. Pond. Is there a misspelling there, Valletta? Is it Mr. Bond? The King asking for 4 players, FSG, do you hear him? The King asking for 4 players, FSG, do you hear him? Right down the ear to them. Not on the lap. Look, you and Wackers talk to yourself. You and Ahmed talk to yourself, Darryl. got to carry on with this football, mate. Sorry. Edward says, it's mad about Kwanzaa. Was good last season, like he said, seems like a complete 180. I can't be more clear, and it's just my opinion. They're taken off. And then, no matter how you look at it, what Sloot said about taking them off to the press, to the general public, that would shatter. He's only a young lad. That would shatter you. Shatter you. Confidence-wise, that is. That's just me, though. That's just me. That's my opinion. Whether you've got other opinions, I don't know, different opinions from mine. The IBR, maybe Kwanzaa has a bad attitude in training. If I recall, Van Dijk had to put him in his place last season. There you go. There you go. And Daryl says, I rate Kwanzaa massively, but he needs to learn. He needs to learn from Virgil, in my opinion. Best centre-back in the world. Of course he is, Daryl. No one to compare. I was going to come up with a song there. Nothing compared to nothing compared to Virgil in the world of football today. A centre-back, that is. Nobody. Nobody. And Youssef says, ever since Kwanzaa's off-field antics, he's being offered. Well, I don't know. I don't know about these off-field antics, to be honest. I really don't. And as, saying that Virgil had to tell him off last season. Yeah, maybe so, I don't know, maybe too big for the boots, because you do get that attitude. Even Trent had an attitude, to be honest. I remember him taking a penalty against Chelsea, when we won the penalty kick-off. And he walks back just like that. And where the others are going, get in there. And he just... But he's a scouser anyway, is Trent. And it's good to have an attitude. It's good to have an attitude. If you haven't got an attitude, But I'd like to keep Trent. He's a scouser. He's come through the ranks. He's one of the best. Look at that ball he gave to Nunes yesterday. That fella threads a kick. Just went on to Nunes. And Nunes put us away. Showed a bit of composure. But the ball, that would never have got to him if he wasn't the likes of Trent giving that ball, cracking ball. The King, Weatherby Ponds, I would have liked 6 players, but I'm not expecting any of these owners, any of these owners. I think a lot of people will agree with you there. And I'm one of them, to be honest. I'm one of them, the King. The Weatherby Ponds, linked with that Cherky from Lyon today, but he's attacking midfielder. Is it what we need? I wouldn't mind an attacking midfielder. I wouldn't mind an attacking midfielder, to be honest, Mr. Pond, honestly. I wouldn't mind. But we still need, no matter what you say, we still need a number 6. Honestly. You see, this is why I want this in Cappy, left back. And he can play left side at centre back too. And I've watched that lad. I've watched that lad more so than, like people are looking at other players. But I've seen this in Cappy. And when I seen him playing against us the other week down here, I was looking at him carefully, and he had Mo in his back pocket, albeit Mo gave 2 assists. But he was brilliant. Tackling everything and coming away with the ball as well, not just like tackling and booting it clear. Coming away with the ball at his feet. Brilliant. Great passer of a ball as well in Cappy. Love him. Love him. Love him. Very true. And he's a great. That's why I'd like him, because he can play in 2 positions. Maristan. Edwards, I don't think Gerald is far off getting back to his best. Still young. Being taken off at Ipswich half time must have hurt. He is a good player. Give him the support. That's a cracking comment. And I'm glad that, you agreed with me, because, you can lose confidence, as I said. No matter what profession you're in. Honestly. And Ahmed says, stay strong, Daryl. I'm in the same boat as you. It's tough. You can't move. You can't go anywhere. Yeah. That's over there, lads. Little Austin and little Ahmed's son, who's in Alzareno. Little boys. Little Reds as well. They'll be, especially after the dance. Every son takes after the dad. My 2 grandsons are Reds. 2 grandsons. Maristan. IBR Stella, let's not feed rumours about Gerald. He was captain of the youth team. Still young, though, and needs our support. As far as I'm aware, Virgil said only good things about Quanta. Yeah, he has as well. Even last season, he said, praising him. And this is what people need, This is... Anyway, Darryl says, Cherky, another cheap FSG signing. I'm not swearing tonight. I promise myself. FFS. We need a DM and a left back. Yes, thank you, Darryl. Agreeing with me. The Weatherby Pond. Definitely need defenders. Just look at last night's Endo centre-back and Morton right-back. I'm glad somebody has come out and said that. I'm awfully sorry about this, If you had what I had, that's terrible. All itchy around here. It's, the end of the nostrils. That's why I keep doing this. Itchy all the time. So I'm glad you said that, Mr. Pond. Definitely need defenders. Just look at last night. Enzo centre-back and Morton right-back. And Mary says, I want Trent to stay. Multi-billionaires could give him, Mo and Virgil, what they want. They have the money. No, you're right, technically. But we have the money. Liverpool Football Club has the money. That's where they're making their money. Through us. Through the brand of Liverpool Football Club. Through what Jurgen Klopp did. From there to up there. What he masterminded, Jurgen Klopp. And what he left these players today. What he left when he left at the end of last season. What's Edmondson used to in cleaning Henry's yacht? Most probably, Darryl. And Darryl says, replying to Mary, but Trent hasn't earned the right to get $350 a week. No way. No way, he says. And the IBR is replying to Darryl saying, I agree, Cherky is another buy. Buy him because he's cheap and not buying what we need. That's a cracking. That's what I've always said. Nothing against Federico Chiesa, honestly, nothing against them. It's all played well last night when he came on. He was very unlucky with, some of the shots he had and being blocked superbly, by the way. Great blocks. Yeah, he was unlucky not to score. Isn't it a big difference, though? I was talking to Jay phoned me today, and we were chatting. I mentioned about Chiesa. I said, wasn't he unlucky with those blocks? And he said, yeah. I said, and just imagine if that would have been Darwin. Darwin would have been criticised for missing them. Because that's how sometimes, blocks against Darwin and brilliant saves by the keeper as well. But he gets the blame for anything. That's all I'm saying on Mr. Nunes. Give our young players support, lads. True Red fans shouldn't be talking about getting rid of quality lads. Form is temporary. Yes. Yes. And as Darryl says here, it's quite simple. Kerkez, Zubamendi, we win the league. I think that's a good point. But can I ask you, what if we don't buy? With fresh blood, and I'm talking about quality fresh blood. What if we don't buy? How will it affect us? Mr. Pond says, I think he's still working for Bournemouth, isn't he? That's huge. Yeah, he's done nothing else up to now. Do you ever remember when he first came? And there's a big hullabaloo about him. And the next thing, a couple of weeks later, where is he? He hasn't popped up or anything. Where is he? Where's this huge fella? We came in the papers, didn't he? He's on holiday. Came and went on holiday. Still working for Bournemouth. Brilliant. Daryl, I agree. Kirkus and Zuby, we're in dreamland come May, says the IBR. Yep. But what will happen, lads, if we don't buy? Can we sustain what we've got now? Can we sustain the form? Just imagine if any more injuries come about. Can we rely on the youngsters? Say play Manchester City, for example. Arsenal. Just saying. And Daryl says Edwards should never have come back. When you walk out, you don't come back. And on the owners, David Moores used his own money for this club. And a real red FSG will never use their own money, only borrow from the banks. No, they borrow from us. They do borrow from the banks, obviously, but it's using the club's money to pay back, not their money. And you're right there about David Moores. David Moores built the Kop. Remember when he refurbished the Kop? Remember, I was there at the last match when the Kop, before it started to have this refurbishment against Norwich, and we got beat us. Last game of the season, I remember that. And so he had that built. He had the Annie Roads, you know, the little extra tier on top of the Annie Roads. He had that built as well. And the Kenny Dalglish stands. He took away the Kemlin Road and built what you see today. All out of his own money. And still bought players. That was David Moores. And then he did the unthinkable. He sold a club. And I always remember him saying, you must remember this, I'm not going to sell the silver. Whoever is going to take the club has to have it in their hands and cherish it. And who did he sell to? He was selling to Sheikh Maktoum, DIC. And they had all the plans. What they were going to do. Sheikh Maktoum then, going back then, was going to buy or pay for a ground out of his own money. He was going to, out of his own money, not borrowing, no nothing. He was going to buy a ground. That's what he was going to do, out of his own money. Do you ever remember that? And his two nephews were ardent Liverpool supporters. So if he would have bought it, everything would have been geared on Liverpool. But what happened, and I know the story, I'm not going through it again. He sold to Dixon Gillette. So we're cherishing the silver of Liverpool. And went right downhill. Then we got shuttered up because we knew what was happening. And then we brought in this lot. People think that like this lot was the only one who came in to buy Liverpool. There was other buyers there. Rather than Americans. I was saying at the time, even Nixon Gillette. Gillette. When Gillette, he came to buy Liverpool. He went after West Ham and Aston Villa. Then he came to us, and Moore said, "No, no." And I said, "I don't want Americans owning us. No way do I want Americans owning us." And anyway, the way everything revolved, because David Moore spit out his dummy, instead of selling to Sheikh Maktoum, he sold it to Gillette, and the rest is history. Let's see what he's just saying. See you next time, lads, says Mary. Good luck, Reds, at Spurs. Let's batter them. A revenge for the game last season when it was stolen by... Yeah. Spot on there, Mary. Good night, all. Good night, Mary. Good night. TW. Evening, Frank. Evening, T. Not long now till the transfer window opens. No. Mentioned it before. And I said, do you think that we're going to buy anybody? Do we need anybody? Well, this squad that we've got now could have carried us on till the end of the season. Winning the league, for example. Winning the Champions League, for example. Can we go after the quad? Like we did under Jürgen twice, last few years. And that's it. I don't care what anyone says to me. Honestly. When we never invested, like we're saying, you know, we were tiring out, getting to the end of the quad. And that's what defeated us. Not investment. Just imagine if there would have been investment, we would have got that quad. Not once, but twice. The only team to do it, or to be in it at the time. So you're right there. Semi-final draw, surely. Hope we get the Manx, says Darryl. CW, we won't be playing in the Manx, Darryl. We won't be playing the Manx, Darryl. That's what CW says. I reckon we'll get Arsenal, you know, for some reason. And Darryl says, the Manx are getting hammered tonight, Frank. So there you go. So it'll either be Spurs, Arsenal, or the other lot, won't it? Why do you think it's all that? I go all itchy, you know. You know, it's not just around here. It's this thing I've got. And it's terrible. So rather than me doing that, you know, you have seen me doing that. I have to rub my face. Stupid face. Darryl says, still miss the boss. Thank you, Jürgen. The Weatherpeak Pond. The Weatherpeak Pond. If they've got anything about them, they must know this squad needs help to get over the line. But it's been like that for years. It's been like that for years when we have been crying out and they've done nothing. Do you remember every year the war chest? Summer war chest. Promised a summer war chest, but that was all spin as usual. So everyone was made up, you know, like the back ends of every season. We're going to get a war chest. I wonder who we'll get. And everyone guessing, you know, saying, oh, we're going to go after this. We're going to go after that. Nothing. Promised a war chest in the summer, just gone. Who did we get? Federico played last night for half a game. First time. Well, he played, didn't he, for Young's back now. I think we could win the league this season because City are poor and Arsenal inconsistent. Yeah, but we've got to see. I understand that. See, honestly, and you're so right. I think that we're the only consistent team at the moment. I really do. But we've got to sustain that consistency. Because if we don't sustain the consistency without, investment, this is what we do. We always come on and say about investment, but that's what we need. That's what we need. Investment. And yet, but it's whether we get that investment or not, I don't know. And, you say, like, is it 50-50? No, it's not. It's more like 30-70 against that we're not getting anyone. CW says we won't win the Champions League with the current squad. Yeah, I agree there. I love the Champions League. Fond memories. From 77 onwards. When it was a proper European Cup to win, you have to be champions if you couldn't. And we beat the best. We beat the best. Someone said about the sanity in game. And it said to me, you was there, weren't you? I said, yeah. He said, what would he like? Sanity and, were they a decent side? I said, they were a top side. I said, they had great French players. I said, there was a lad named Rocheteau. He was the darling of French football. He was brilliant. Rocheteau. I said, another lad, all internationals. I said, you had the likes of Bettenich. I said, and he scored, He scored against us. Great player. They were a great side. They were, in fact, they were the favourites to win the competition. Favourites. So, they were. That's when we had a great squad, players playing in the European Cup. That's why we won it 3 times. Because we were buying. But Paisley always brought 2 players, Always brought 2 players in. Nearly every window in the summer. And then you could buy anybody, anytime, if you wanted. Rather than windows like the summer, and then they closed, then the winter opened, then closed. But anytime, you could buy a player. Could have been the March, could have been the November, could have been any time. You could buy a player if you needed really to fill a gap. And that's what Bob did. Darrell says, I have a good bat, Frank. Get rid of the itching. I'd have a bat myself, but I can't fit in a bat, unfortunately. No, it's not so much. I can't get into the bat. I've got a shower there. I have a bat, I have a bathroom and I have an ensuite as well. But I can't get into the bat. I'll never get out. The way it is. And I do have ointment for my face to burn it out. But if I put that ointment on, it'll be burning me and itching me at the same time. So I can't use it during it. That's poor Frank. And he's answering Darrell to TW. You say that, but we have beaten the German and Spanish and English champions already. I think what he means, though, Darrell, is the consistency. If we don't, he's not saying about this, like, we've only got a small squad. People think that we've got a massive squad. And if we brought more quality players in, yeah, we can win the league and the Champions League. That's just my opinion, and I suppose TW's as well. But you've got to invest, Darrell. You have to sustain that thing, to sustain the momentum of where we are. People will have a go at me by saying, we don't need anybody. Okay. Does anyone notice we always lose Ali, Jota and Konate at the same time every season? This is why we need replenishment, Darrell. This is why we need. But it's not. I'm not getting into the realms of, to be honest. But you're right, we do lose those players. And it was unfortunate, the Jota's injury, when a big lump fell on against Chelsea and done his ribs in. And she agreed, Darrell, but we won't beat Madrid if they qualify at the business end, unfortunately. Mr. Pond, I think the cop played their part that night as well. Allez, La Rouge. Oh, we against Saint Etienne? Yeah. Yeah, I was watching it only last week. I was watching it. And the camera went onto the cop and everyone was swaying. It was swaying, going backwards and forwards and going this way and that way. All crammed into the cop. Great. Like with my age today and the way I am, there's no way I could have stood there today the way it was. No way. No way. But what? But what experiences? What experiences? Absolutely unbelievable. And they're the memories that will stay with me until the end of days. Where is Norm, Frank? Not being on for it. Having a clue. Having a clue. Don't know that, unfortunately. Nice fella. I just don't know. It's like lads like tonight. There's a lot tonight, you know, the likes of Anfield Road, Redbird, Noah Hyde, all these, they're all missing. But as you said, you know, about Norman, don't know. Not a clue. And she says, I fear we will always fall short with the tight ass Yanks in charge. Yeah, see. Yeah. That's where we will fall short. See, we fell short with the quad. And I still say that if they would have invested, we would have won 2 quads. If they would have invested going back as well, we would have won more than 1 Prem and more than 1 Champions League. I've always said it. Always. If they don't strengthen in January, says Darrell, and the rest, we are in trouble. We lose Verge and Mo, it's finished. If we lose them. Don't say that, Darrell, please. TW. Sanatian were a top side back in the 70s. What a great night. Great days. Yes. Going to Rome that year. Oh. Benvenuto a Rome. Unbelievable. That's what you call you can't compare it to anything. I'm not comparing it to, like, you know, the birth of Francine or anything like that, but it's incredible. Rome. And then the following year I went down to Wembley. First British side to retain it, by the way. Hope you're aware of that. And he gets off the tube. I went to hitchhiked on my own. And gets off the tube, out to the station. There's a fiver on the floor. And I always remember, I asked these lads who were around me, you know, in the grounds, and just talking, and I said, yeah, I hitched it, you know, down. How are you getting back after it's back? He said, we've got a van there, come up with us. I said, are you sure? Yeah. So I had to lift off them. And when we were going to the car park to the van, we met Bobby Robson. He said, all right, Bobby, you know. And he came over and he said, you must be very proud, lads, of your wonderful team tonight. That was a wonderful thing to say to us. Bobby Robson said that. I've got a lot of chat. Hang on. Darrell says, I've got a lot of chat tonight. Bit on the show helps my problem. Why I love you and Jace, Frank. Oh, cheers, mate. Takes it away, doesn't it? You know, anything, if you know what I mean. It's especially with all the lads on here. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. She says, no, I'll just put it that way. No. They were well supported that night, green and white everywhere in the Annie Road. Do you know what? I think I said this. Then I met my one. We were just talking one night. I'm talking years later, years. I was just talking, and where was it going? I don't know whether they were going to Paris. No, it wasn't. I was going back to Rome in '84. Yeah, I was just chatting away. And she said, well, what's the best match you've ever been to? Because, she knew that I was a big red and, she just ordinary girl, And I said, and I mentioned Sana to you. I said it was the greatest atmosphere ever. I'm sure the roof moved. It was an incredible atmosphere. See, I was in the cop, and remember when I just said about you seeing them swaying? There was like 24 or 26,000 in that cop then that night. Think about that, and the roar. And that's why I said it's sanity, and she went, is that French team? I said, yeah. She said, we were there. My mate said to me, do you fancy going to that? She said, oh, we're not going to a match. She said, oh, come on, let's go. So she said, we were in, we're all, she never said the Annie Rose or anything. She just said, we're all the French supporters were. And they kept feeling our bums. They said, yeah, they're feeling our bum, no matter what. I said, did you get off? Did you stay there? She said, yeah. I said, oh, well, you must have been made up then. Kept feeling our bums. Mad. It's mad. Crazy, Mr. Faulty, crazy. Yeah. Callum, there's young Callum. All right, Frank. All right, Callum. Draws on in an hour. Yeah, the lads have been saying. Callum, game on, Spurs 3, United 2. Callum, I think we get Newcastle, says Daryl. And Daryl, I want Spurs if they go through, says Callum. Good man was Bobby Robson. Press treated him like it. Yeah, they did. They did, Bobby Robson, yeah. But that's what he said to us. See, honestly, that's what he said to us. You must be very proud of that wonderful team of yours. Saying it to young lads, young fellas. Made up, Bobby. Great. IBR. I agree, Bobby Robson was a gentleman. I think he said Dodgy Robson. Yeah. He got on my effing nerves. Like, who got on your nerves? Have I said something? Bobby Robson? No. Can you imagine feeling a famous historian's bum? Not my bum. Not my bum's Alan. She was cheeky. Yeah, she was. That's what, do you know what I said there? I said, was you cheeky to them? And she went, no, I never said anything. I said, she never got it, and you know what I was saying. I said, they were feeling your bum. I said, were they cheeky then? She went, away, you. Screw that. There's the mate. I said, was your mate made up? I knew who her mate was, you know. She says, all right, don't go on about it. I said, no. I said, did you enjoy the game? She said, we couldn't see it. I said, no, because you were getting your bum felt. You couldn't watch the game. Pays off getting your bum felt. Funny. A nice one, IBR. 8 years ago today, we beat Everton 1-0. Oh, Manny. Yeah. Was that 8 years ago today? And the TW, no, he's not coming on again. I don't want to talk about the lads, you know, to be honest. I'm sorry, but I don't. So anyway, with the window opening, I'll just ask you a straightforward question. Will how can I say this? Will we buy anybody? Oh, that's it. That's honestly, you know, will we buy anybody? Will we buy anybody? When we do need to buy, by the way, you know, people are disagreeing. I said, no, we don't need to buy. We don't need to buy. But what do you think? Daryl says, I used to love coming on every week to you guys, but my mind's gone. I do miss you guys, though. My aim is to be back after the new year. Yes. Yeah. I won't be having one on next week, you know, it's Christmas Eve, you know, next Tuesday. I won't be having one on. I won't be having a pod. I'll be back on the Thursday with George Scott. Because George said, I said, yeah, no problem, Thursday will be great. Next Thursday. Young Callum, did we buy in Klopp's first January? I can't go back. I don't know. Don't know, Callum. Can't see us buying unless we find another bargain basement signal, says T. Exactly. I should have said, you know, do you think we'll buy quality players? We need quality players. People will be having a go at me by saying, well, look where we are. We don't need anybody. And you're moaning about, I'm not moaning, I'm just saying, you know, because we have come unstuck in the past. Simple as that. You know, people say, like, well, look what we won and that. Yeah, but we could have won a quadruple if we would have invested. 2 quadruples. The first to do it. Imagine that. It's like saying, remember last season, the season before, there was a certain player other people wanted to get rid of. A certain player. And I said on the first time 2 years ago, I said he breaks records every year. Every opening season he breaks records, and you're wanting to get rid of him. And that was Mo Salah. Even at the beginning of this season, I'll get rid of him. You know that, and I know that. He was irreplaceable. Irreplaceable. Good comment, that. TW. What the F was that save? He just booted it like a goalkeeper. That's class. You're watching the game. Now behave yourself. Callum, or I'll get you. Come and kick your head in. Go back to the old days. I'm going to get your little leg kicked in. The King says, no, we won't buy, but we need to. Exactly. It's like a play on words, that, isn't it? No, but we need to. Absolutely. And Zara says, are you going to Francine's for Xmas, Frank? No, I'll stay on my own. For a reason. They always want me to, you know. I'll just sit here. Christmas cracks me up. For certain reasons. The way it is. And that's a cracking little comment, that Cal. How did we keep Keita, Diox and Enzo for so long? Look, I've always said that Henderson is the luckiest captain we've ever had. He's won everything for us. Yet he wasn't the greatest of all captains, was he? You might think, oh, he's a great captain. Oh, brilliant. No, what I'm saying is, he was a better captain than, let's just go back to like your time. Alan Hansen, Graham Souness, who was better captain. Was he better captain than them? Think about it. Was he a better captain than Phil Thompson? Emily Hughes? Was he a better captain than Steven Gerrard? So you see, and he won everything. They didn't, them lads didn't. Steven Gerrard missed out on the Champions League, Premier League. Very lucky man. And you're right, Cal, why did we keep them? We kept them that long when, like Milner, for example, people say, oh, it's great, stalwart and everything. Yeah, that was fine, but he went over the sell-by date. Both Henderson as well, by the way. You remember Henderson couldn't start a game, neither could Milner. And he always came on in the second half or something like that because they ran out of steam, they ran out of stamina, they ran out of everything. And this is where the investment should have come the year or two before. But, people say, oh, no, we didn't, we didn't, they were all right. And that's me, though, that's my opinion. Said it for years. So it's Keita, God blimey, Oxlade-Chamberlain. I was talking to an Arsenal fan when we bought him, for like 30-odd million. He said, good riddance to him, because he suffers injuries. And he did. what when you think of the, Oxlade, what you think of is the 2 goals he scored against City, one in the Champions League and one in the league. And you go, oh yeah, look at them goals, great. But you forget all about the injuries and everything. Anyway. Does we not bring in Stephen Corker in Klopp's first? Having a clue. Stephen Corker, I don't even remember him. Stephen Corker. Could have done rather I know. Have a clue. Maybe that's why, I said I don't know, I never heard of him. Maybe we did, I just don't know. I'm mad that. Thanks for that idea. Micro for one then, Frank. Micro for one. No, what Francine will bring me down at 10 out of 2, no. She wants me to go up there, though. And I'm like, see, on my own this Xmas, time to reflect. I always reflect. My old girl died on the 22nd of December. Just think about that. Daryl, I'm on my own, me and my Austin. And my dad's Boxing Day, I've spent £500 on Austin for Xmas for me. Lovely. Deserved, mate. Deserved. And all these little kids that are in Aussie. And all the little kids, like Ahmed. Like Ahmed's lad in Algeria now. And he's there with him. And all other little kids who won't be home for Christmas. And all the mums and dads. And some of them will never go back home. That's what it's all about. But I'm not taking anything away from everybody else. Kids looking forward. That's what it is. It's for kids. It's even for me as well, I'm being honest, because every year, every Christmas Eve from she was 17, I always took Francine out on a Christmas Eve, just me and her. If you ever speak to Francine, she'd tell you every Christmas Eve, except last Christmas, because Christmas Eve didn't fall on the day that we wanted. So we went out on the 23rd December, last Christmas. Whether I can make it this Christmas, I don't know. That's how bad I am. I want to make it, don't get me wrong. I want to make it with Francine, because it's a tradition that we have. And it's whether she's working or not as well, because she works. She has to, what she does, she's a mental health nurse. And anyway, that's by the by. She could be working, but I won't go out if she's working. Then again, even if she's not working and I feel all right, health-wise, yeah. I don't mean mental health, I mean health-wise. Me. Callum, the Manx are out. Let me know if they played a full team, Space, Let me know. Callum, look, he's laughing his head. The Manx said out. IBR. I think in Klopp's first summer window, we signed Matip, Miller, Humphries. Yeah. And we paid for Mane, Lallana, Wijnaldum, so possibly our best transfer window. Matip and Milner on Fleas, yeah. I remember that. And I said at the time, I said, we're buying these are rejects. What I said. Rejected. They haven't been offered a contract because they're not good enough for their team. And look what City went on and done. Anyway, Daryl, my aim is to come and spend the weekend with you after the new year. Me and Austin. It's been a long awaited, yeah. And the IBR. Callum, that's music to my ears. The Manx are out. And Callum says, I think Spurs have played the full squad, yeah, the full team. That'll do me. And Daryl says, yes, Spurs were at full strength. Do you know what? That's a very good comment. Matip, Mane, Ginny are what set up the tempo for it. But do you ever remember when Matip was injury prone? Do you ever remember that? He was always out. Always got injured. But we had cover for him. So he wasn't really missed so much. Just imagine, like now, if the Verge got injured. Do you ever remember when both of them, Cornette, Verge, everyone was been injured? And we were playing Henderson and Fabinho, two midfielders, centre half. Remember that? They're the bad days. They're the bad days of lack of investment. And we always fear. We always fear that. You've only got to look at Jota. Some big lump fell on him. How much we missed him. But we've always got forwards who score goals for us against anybody. Anybody. And then Jota comes back, comes on for 10 minutes, bang, goal. That's what was missing with him. Imagine, the way Gravenberg is playing, which is great. Imagine him burning out or getting injured. And there's no one there to replace him. These are pivotal, positions. And Callum says, Spurs keeper having a mare. Yeah, he did about Emre Can running down his contract, yeah. He was all right, Can, though. He wasn't bad. And Callum, love this Callum. Enzo and Fabinho played centre-backs versus City and we lost 4-1. The score is 4-3, so not over yet. I thought it was over. What fucking time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, Darryl, I remember Can running down his contract, the trophies he missed out on. Yeah. Mad, isn't it? It's mad. And he did miss out. I thought he was all right, you know. I really did. I thought he was all right, yeah, Emre Can. Kicking the can down the road, Emre Can. If I had to bring one player back in my lifetime, it would be, Torres, no brainer. I love Torres. But if there's one player, it'll be Suarez. Imagine him. Imagine him. Imagine Steven Gerrard. Imagine him. Imagine the three of them. Imagine, I'll put it this way, imagine Mascherano, Steven Gerrard, Suarez, Xabi Alonso. Imagine them. Fernando Torres. Now it's over, Spurs are through, says Callum. Spurs played pretty much the full strength, says IBR. Well, I said that, you know. I said I hope they played. Well, I did say we're playing Man U. Like, the semi-finals is the next step, and after that is the final. So they will go out, and that's an advantage to us. We'll have a day, well, it's more than a day's rest. It's a week's rest, isn't it, really, before we play them? Because we played the reserves. 8 players. 8 players were missing last night. Think about it. Enzo should have gone and Chan should have stayed, says Callum. Daryl says Salah, Torres, Suarez with Alonso, Mascherano and Gerrard. No answer to that, to be honest. Daryl, don't. It's win the world. It's win the world. Callum says, after watching the last 25 minutes of the game, we can batter Spurs Sunday. And we've had an extra day rest. Crucial players sat out for us. But they sat out, yeah, you're right, but it's an extra week. Isn't it? Not an extra day. It's an extra week. Right, I'm just going to say now, don't forget, Jason hasn't done it again. I don't know why he does it, you know. I wanted to put up the fantasy football thing. And I'm on that monitor there. I can't get it from that monitor because I'm useless to there to put it up. The fantasy football thing. And I've just seen Callum there. Yeah, I showed it before, Callum. The girl got hold of me. And you can win. What if you won the 2? What if you won the 2 things? The watch. Did I wear that? I don't know, you know. The watch. Perpetual motion. No batteries, you just wind it up. So you won't have to worry about batteries or anything. And it's in a presentation box. I remember someone saying, "Let's need a box for that, Frank. You know, it's got a shake, haven't it?" Yes, there it is. The box. Presentational box. For one of you wonderful people to win it. There it is. Oh, Darryl. Night, Frank. Love you, mate. From me and Austin. See you later, Darryl. I'm on tomorrow night. I know, but this is like conspiracy theories and, you know, other things like current affairs I'm doing tomorrow night as well, and UFOs. I'll be talking about a certain thing that was covered up, by the way, about a UFO. I'll be talking about that tomorrow night. I'll be talking about that. And also, my film shop. This is it. This is all. It's terrible. Do you know when you get the itch? It's terrible. Got to do it right away. Just right around here. Then, you know, you see me doing that. It's just there. It's all on my head. All around my head. My scalp everywhere. It's horrible. See, I can't put that, like what I got, you know, on my hair. I can't do it on my scalp. So what I might have to do, I might have to shave all my head, you know, my hair off. Might have to get it done. And be like a Bond villain then. Hello, Mr. Bond, what have you come for today? Have you come to see me? Yes, Mr. Bond. But that's me. Might have to get it done. To cure me. So Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs in the semis, says our Colin. Yes. CW says it. Cheers, that'll take care, mate. Yes. Callum. Frank, I've finished college for Xmas now, so I'll be on more. Says Callum. Nice one, Callum. I hope your studies are going well. If not, you'll have to answer to me. I'll be on board. Do you know what I'm watching, fully enough? I'm watching, it's the second time I've watched it, and it's still intriguing. It's what's it bloody called? The Outsider, the Stephen King thing. It's good. Jason Bateman. Like if you search and you know you're putting in the Outsider, loads of outsiders coming, but you've got to get the one with Jason Bateman in and Ben Mendelsohn, but Jason Bateman. Brilliant, very unusual. Darryl, night boys, you'll never walk alone. Good night, Darryl. And Callum says, shave your hair and you look like Arnie Carlyle. With glasses on. With glasses. Arnie Carlyle. He's asking you what you're studying. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh. Sports, so coaching and instructor. That's good, that, Callum. Sports. Might get a job with Arnie. How about that, eh? I think Callum would work for Nottingham Forest, wouldn't he? And, nice one, Callum. So listen, boys and girls. No, there's no girls on tonight. I'm finishing now. It's been great tonight. You've kept me company. Wonderful people. Let's hope that Mo Salah's signs programme, Champions League, from Madrid, that'll be won by one of you. It's brand new, by the way. It's not like the spine isn't broken. You know the way you open books and the spine gets broken. Look, that's brilliant. And obviously, did you hear that? Obviously, the watch. The watch. All for you, whoever wins it. And it's just for me to say, on a final note, mille grazie. Grazie mille. And I shall see you, if you want. You're doing nothing tomorrow night. No. It's shock-proof as well, so you're all right, Callum, if you win it. Thank you, Frank. See you soon. You never walk alone, says TW. Yes. Oh. Callum, see you never walk alone, and chat. Yeah, look at this. Look at this fantastic name. Farhan Mulani. Farhan Mulani. What a name. First time I've seen you fall. See, they've all been watching the match, haven't they? They haven't, who did they have to tell them all who they had in here, right? Tell them all who my special guest was tonight. And it was Mo Salah, and you have missed him. Mo was in here with me, talking to the chat. Everyone, and Trent popped in as well. And as Falani says, that's a great watch. It is, Falani. It's perpetual motion. And I hope whoever wins it takes good care of it. Because it's my present to whoever wins it. So, but I can't show up the bloody the code to get on. It's just nuts. Jason should know this stuff. He should. Nothing against Jason, please, nothing. But he should have them ready for me to say, click. Here's the code. I'm useless, you see. I'm useless at a lot of things, and IT is one of them. IT is one of them. It's the way it is. Oh, there's the Ali the Noose, me mate. Ali the Noose. Have a great night, Franco and Capo. Franco the Capo. The Capo di tutti capi. Which means the boss of all bosses. Cheers, Ali. You're a good man. You're a good man. The IBR. See you tomorrow night for the drone show. For the drone show. I wonder if a drone's ever gone to the moon, or Mars, or Jupiter, orbit of Jupiter, or Saturn. Fantastic, you know. Callum says, thought I'd seen Sally. Of course you did, sitting here with a fella. Honestly, Farhan Milani missed him. Quick one, Frank. What's all these drones about? I'll explain tonight, but I'll just give you a quick snippet. Right. Tomorrow we'll say about tomorrow. Like, nothing at all to do about UFOs or anything. You know, whoever thought, oh, UFOs are there, forget that. It's distraction. And I'll explain why they threw them up there for distraction. Tomorrow. Whether you agree or not, I don't know. But they were up there. New Jersey. Hey, the Sopranos. Whoa! You don't throw anything up there with the Sopranos about. So it's distraction for other means, and I'll explain tomorrow. If you don't mind, say, Farhan. That's a great name, that. Farhan Mulan. Pronounce my name pretty accurately. I am from India and love to be your new subscriber. Subscribe? Farhan. That'll be lovely. Just subscribe and you can comment, and I read out the comments, and everybody will welcome you because we're one little big family here. And they're all nice people, every single one of them. You do get a few head cases, like, but you take no notice of them. Then they get dropped. Yeah, look, TW, greetings, Farhan. Yusuf. We better target Spurs goalkeeper. He's absolute crap judging of their game 20 minutes ago. Judging of their game, yeah, 20 minutes ago. Says Yusuf. Franco final boss is Ali Danus. Yes, our Romanian friend. They are, look, say, international already. India. Romania. I might be talking about your Georgiescu tomorrow night, Ali. On the show. On the conspiracy theories and UFOs and things like that. Them drones in the USA seeing that, says Callum. Get back to your studies, Callum. Behave yourself. Don't be looking at the television. The only television you should be watching is this. See you on the pod tomorrow, says TW. Thank you. Thank you too. Thank you. And you were going to wait to see who we get in the cup, Frank. I did. Oh, no. Yeah. Forgot about that. Has it been drawn yet or what? I'm not going to sit here. Do you know what? I'm freezing in here. And I'm not like Farhan, where it's nice and warm over there. And They can walk around in t-shirts. I've got a big thick jumper on here. Freezing. But it's not so cold tonight, strangely enough. Been freezing in here, you know. You remember when I've been doing that? Blowing my hands? But Fardon says, what do you think will happen when Liverpool and Barca will play each other in the Champions League? That would be something great. Yes. Yes. Just see what Callum says. Farhad, Frank bites, behave yourself. Frank bites. Do you want to see me elbow? Let's understand. Right on me. There is it. Look at that. It's killing me. You know, I know you. Just pulling down. I know you'll all be saying, put a plaster on it. I've got to let the air at it. It's a bruise as well. It's a bruise easily, unfortunately. Frank bite. That's it. Frank bite. Draw soon, Frank, says the Jazz. Jazz Reynolds. Just have to wait and see. Do as I like, I'm not bothered. Not bothered. Arsenal doesn't interest me. No, I wouldn't be like, oh. But I think we'll end up with them. Said that at the beginning. But it's one of three. Who would you like? Draw and Sensei's Carl. That's a stinging Roger. So sting, mate. And our Callum says, I want space. Do you think that, you know, the other three, Newcastle, Spurs and the Arsenal, do you think they'd be saying, I don't want Liverpool? Do you think their fans would be saying that? You should give us the Geordies. Away, man. Away, man. I think if we drew the Geordies, I don't think that Shearer fella would be happy, would he? And as Callum says about Arsenal, let's ruin the trophy chances, their trophy chances again. And the Jazz says, I want Newcastle first leg away. And Yusuf's hit the nail there. He says, no one wants us. No one here and no one in Europe wants us, I'm telling you now. And Yusuf, that's a good comment there. You reckon Geordies are similar to the Scousers in a way. I've always said this, that the nearest people to us, Scousers, Geordies are, you know, similar, yeah, in a way. But the nearest people to us, and I've been here, I've been there, you know, to this particular, being there as well for Newcastle, and not for a match either. Is Glaswegians. The Glaswegians are very, and Glasgow itself, the city, is very close to Liverpool. Similar people, similar humour, generosity, everything. Glaswegians, they're nice people as well. Great. And you've only got to look at the Hoops when they came down after Hillsborough, and they just grabbed us by the scruff of the neck and yanked us up, didn't they, to Parkhead. And Farhan says, did you see how Spurs bottled against Manchester United? Conceded 3 goals. Liverpool will thrash them if we get them. Well, we have got, we haven't got them yet, have we? But we'll have them on the weekend. And Ali the New says, why UK Brexit? Wanted to go in Scotland. See, Scotland, they're wanting to break away because there are many reasons why Scotland wants to break away from England. Thing is, why should Westminster rule the Scottish people? Why can't they rule themselves? They drag Scotland into everything that we have to do. They're dragged in. And there are some people against some of our legislations. And Zaz says, would you go Cody or Diaz? Diaz. That's why he's being kept back from last night. And they played Cody. And Callum says, Jazz, the lineup last night shows what we are gonna, we were gonna play, And the Callum says, Diaz will start. Our students who study in sports and everything else. So he knows, Callum knows. And Dad says, Callum, it will be interesting to see who starts, Jota or New. Now that is a tough one. And I'll tell you for what, Jota will play, by the way. Whether he starts, I don't know, but he will play. And Callum answers him as well. There you go. Does Jota if fit, and that's a no-brainer. Yep. And the King. No one argues with the King, by the way. Nobody. Nobody but nobody. And as Tony Soprano would say, it's business. It's business. This is what the King say. Salah, Jota, Gapco for me. Wouldn't you go with Gapco in the middle, Diaz on the left, and Salah on the right? How about that? You know, there's lots of little permutations, isn't there? If Jota was fully fit, he'd be starting right away. Right away. He's a natural finisher. He's a natural finisher. I think he's exceptional. Exceptional is the old Jota. I'll show you the thing again. Look, that's Jason's. That is Jason's design. That's a very light green liver bird. That you might think it's black and white there, but it's a very light green against the red. It's fabulous. That's his design. Just seeing Sammy Lee, says Mark Simons, in the Aldi, Frank. He loves you, does he know? It's my surname, Frank. The King. The King. Tony King. Tony Soprano King. And Farhan says, do you guys think Salah will leave in the up-and-coming summer because he is heavily linked with a lot of clubs? Well, if he is linked with a lot of clubs, he'd have to pay a lot of money. I said at the very beginning, when everybody was concerned about the contracts to Mo, Virgil and Trent, I said they will sign contracts, because what the owners see when they look at them, they don't see Virgil's face or Mo's face or Trent's face. They just see a big dollar sign over their head. Big dollar signs. That's why they'd be given contracts rather than them being allowed to run them down. So that whoever wants them would have to pay a hell of a lot of money. As the owners, the American owners love resaleable things, resaleable items, and they're resaleable. They're just a commodity, a resaleable commodity. Not like a human being or a great athlete. They're just a commodity that can be sold to make a profit. Simple as that. Just see Luis Suarez in KFC said he wants to bite you. Callum says, them lot just got bought today. I seen on Sky. He just got, he got bought out. FSG, I hope so. He got bought out for a packet of Quavers, Callum. Oh, the King, yeah. My name's John Frank. Loved Tulsa King on your recommendation. Fantastic. Fantastic. Stallone was absolutely amazing. He's an amazing actor. It's like he's he's got a fantastic IQ, you know. It's just great. He's brilliant in that. That is Stallone. Tell you another series, a couple of series to watch. I'm not really into series. If I watch one episode and it gets my attention, I'll watch it. And that is, I'm watching for the second time. It was made in 2020, this. Jason Bateman, called The Outsider. See, there's a few outsiders, but this one, Jason Bateman, The Outsider, from a Stephen King novel. It's powerful. And the other one is Your Honour with Bryan Cranston. Cracking series. These are only all short series, by the way. Very short. There's no like season 2 and 3 and 4 and 28. None of that nonsense. I don't watch them. And this is why Tulsa King is so with me, because that has a second series. Now, if someone said to me, "Oh yeah, there's a Tulsa King coming out, there's going to be 2 series of ours," I said, "No, I won't watch it." But we're watching the first series. Powerful stuff. So have a look at them. The Outsider with Jason Bateman. It has to be Jason Bateman. Don't go on to another thing out The Outsider. Jason Bateman. You will like it. Have a look at the very first episodes and you'll go, whoa, this'll do me. Neverton FC. Oh, and don't forget the John King, that is. Your Honour with Bryan Cranston. It's brilliant. And a fella named Michael Stahl, got one of them funny names. Good actor, though. He's a good actor. And when you see his face, you'll go, oh, yeah. Good. Plays a villain, actually. So anyway, Neverton FC, says Cal. What the truck or Slice Sports doing draw meant to be at 20, 10:30. What time is it then? What time is it now? Okay, now. I might have to go, you know. My elbow's killing me. And I'm dying for a cup of tea. It's not like the history show on a Monday where we have a break. So I can make myself a cup of tea. Do you have any player who might replace Mo Salah and Trent if they leave this summer? I once had that fella from Napoli. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? And that's his name. Can't pronounce it, but it's him. And the king says, will do, John King. Yeah, watch them. They're good. There's another series, you'll find it on, I think there's only about 6 episodes, if that. And that's, what is it? Spotless. It's a Anglo-French series. Brilliant. It's brilliant. Really good. Spotless. Sean, why are you back at? No, just leave it now, Colin. No. No. Just leave it now. It's a one and all. That's the end. Just leave it now. Mark Simons, tea is bad for tennis elbow, Frank. I stopped drinking it and switched to coffee. No pain, no. Mark, it's not tennis elbow I've got, and I can't drink coffee because it goes like that. I'd be peeing every 2 minutes. To be honest, that's why I never drink coffee. And yeah, Callum says, whatever his name is, yet that fella, as Ali Danouche said, Kvaratskhelia, whether it's pronounced right, I don't know. But yes. How about that? So listen, I'll have to get it myself. I'll have to finish. I've been on for over 2.5 hours now. On my own. Jesus says, sounds like my Wi-Fi password, that name. I don't know any passwords, you know. I haven't a clue. Do you know when they come up and say, you know, password, oh, fuck me. Not only that, but when, you know, you get a telly, have you ever noticed when you get a new telly and you've got to put passwords in? Fuck, you can't just turn it on and there's a picture. You said that name can win a game of Scrabble. And Farhoon says, Farhan, Ademola Lookman and M can be the future if we go for them. I think he's signing. I think that Caravasciele, whatever his name is signing new contracts with Napoli. I think so. He's brilliant, son. Mark Simons. Tea is very high in oxalates, which hinders nerve function because of toxic pesticide in the soil. There you go. There you go. So is that like China tea or Indian tea? Well, I just drink tea. I'm a tea man. I am the tea man. Yep, tea man. Liverpool will get those all now. And we're playing Spurs in the semis. There you go. There you go. Farhan. Good night, Frank. It's almost 4. See you in the next stream. Thank you, Farhan. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. We play away first, says Callum. PG, that's what I drink, PGs. Or Tetley tea as well. You said we got Spurs, sick of Spurs, says you said. Second leg at Anfield, says Callum. And on that bright note, ladies and gents, I'm finishing. I just want to thank you all again for keeping me busy. Or company, not busy, but company tonight. Thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow night, whoever comes on tomorrow night. Thank you so much. And I don't know how to get off here. Yep. See you tomorrow night or Saturday morning. Okay. Take it easy, people. Oh, Mark Simons. Good night. God bless, Frank. Thank you, Mark. Same to you, mate. Thank you. Callum. Like Frank. Like Callum. Adamani, ci vediamo. Ciao, bella. Tutti.